Technology selection for school and university.
In year 11, year 12, we sort of started trialling a few different things. And because for me, I was quite concerned at that stage. My parents were being quite proactive, or they still are, they're being really proactive about it. And so we started looking at these things before I really needed them in class. You know, I could survive just fine without them. So it was probably, well, it's one of those things you don't think you need it. You start using it and you're like, oh, actually that's quite helpful. But so we eventually settled on using a tablet laptop that I'd take to school, and I could basically write straight into it and I'd take pictures of the whiteboard, and we trialled it, it worked great. Putting it into practice at school, the camera didn't work so well, I ended up just using the tablet, and it was just at a really convenient time in terms of technology globally, that like my school updated heaps, so we got projectors in all our classrooms, all the teachers were using slides, and just the fact that, you know, classrooms aren't big and suddenly you've got this massive projector, so everything was huge. It was like the whole school had been refurbished for people that had issues similar to that. So I was really lucky in terms of the timing of that. Just as it became a problem, the school put a solution in place of its own accord. So at uni, or what I do at the moment, is possibly, it works really well for me now. Maybe because I'm coming to the end, I probably won't update it before work, but you know, there would be potential to. So at the moment what I'm doing is I've got a laptop in class, and because uni has been, you know, the amount of resources they've got is huge, so the standard is so much higher, surprisingly, than at school when you're first starting out, learning that you have a visual impairment and what that means and stuff, just because uni has so much money to throw into it, and also because they're dealing with so many people that they want to make sure that the people in the back row of a 600-person lecture theatre can see everything pristinely. They actually go even more over the top. So I mean, I'm at Auckland Uni, and some of the resources I've got there are just ridiculous. It doesn't fix everything 100% of the time, but in terms of my commerce degree, like 95% of the time it was like I didn't have a visual impairment. Law school, just because what they do is they have these massive lecture theatres, and they would put 2 projectors in each of the theatres. So it meant that what might have been an issue with if I came a bit late, couldn't choose my seat, was sitting on the left and the screen was on the right, which sometimes would happen in class. Just, it was never an issue, there was always another one. Obviously schools don't have the sort of money to put 2 projectors into a room, you know, it's overkill. So that was just an unexpected huge advantage that really helped me a lot. Law school is a little bit older than the commerce school, and also just in terms of their resources, they're a little bit less. You know, the law is so based on history, really, so you know, if you're using books from the 1800s, there's a lot of squinting involved. So I've been lucky enough, the Uni Support Centre for Disability Services, they have a woman there whose full-time job, it would seem, she would be taking my law books and the books of other people in a similar position to me, and they would just be sort of PDFs of a photocopy from these old law tomes, and she would translate them, I don't even know how, into Word files, and so they'd just be completely manipulable on my laptop, which was amazing. And I didn't anywhere near make full use of it, and you know, that was just the basic level of what she could do. There were audio books and things from people with much more significant impairments than me. So one thing I did figure out, the reason I went for a Mac in this case was just sort of almost, it was an accident really. I was sitting in class and the guy in front of me was using one, and he had this weird record function going on. And it turns out there's just this inbuilt, completely free system of Macs in their version of Word where it records the lecture as it's going on and your notes, but every time you press enter to a new bullet point, it breaks up the audio, which is just fantastic because it means, you know, if you know that, okay, it's taking me a bit longer to read something on the screen, I just put a couple of asterisks in there, say, okay, I missed some of the notes that the lecturer said, go back and record it. So it's a real, just a huge equaliser. And you know, obviously for fully sighted people it's great as well. So it's sort of, yeah, it's a really good option.
Many thanks to Ben. For more information and ideas, contact blends.school.nz.